Okay, go ahead. Your dad did what?
You want to start over and say where my dad built the turrets on in front of Nicolay High School. If you go down the frontage road, you see these two white turrets.
Yeah.
My father actually built those turrets. And he also built all those homes in that subdivision, all those Thalman homes, those little 1948, 49, 50 Thalman homes. He did all those subdivisions along it.
You're kidding.
He did all the ones in Fox Point and Bayside. He did all the Thalman homes, all those big ranches. He did them all down Lake Drive, all those stone houses. I had a man say to me one time, those old Germans, they don't build them like they used to. I said, well, my dad's English. I'm sorry. You know, it's serious. My grandfather's brother, which I didn't say to anybody, was Sherwood Realty Investment Company. And all those Indian streets.
No, I'm leaving. Brendan's mother-in-law.
Yes.
So maybe you'd sit at our table here and chance to talk, but that's very nice.
Very nice seeing you.
Take care.
I had too much to say and couldn't say it all.
The story of my life.
Isn't that the truth? I was saying that Harry Worth was Sherwood Realty Investment Company. He started in 1920 and subdivided the North Shore. That's how our family got involved.
Is that right?
My great-grandfather was an excavating contractor in Milwaukee using Bertrand horses and used to use shovels to dig out the basements. So when you go down the road and you see the dirt built up in front of all those houses, you say, you know, they're only 4 feet down to the footing line and they couldn't haul the dirt away. The horses did that. It's all they could pull it out with a scoop shovel and that was it.
Yeah.
Cars are going to carry the dirt. Harry Worth did all the subdivisions to the North Shore. He was my grandfather's brother. My grandfather was a mason cement contractor also. And then my dad had 4 brothers in his business with him. My grandmother's parents' farmers were Lake Bluff Trade Schools in Sherwood. We've been there a long time. Harry named all the Indian streets, Seneca, Iroquois, Mohawk, and I asked him why he did that. Well, my aunt was a history buff, so she had to name them after all the Indian tribes.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That is true. I was doing abstracts and I found that he subdivided Ardmore, Marlborough, all those streets.
I lived on Marlborough.
He did those subdivisions because he was on the abstracts.
Yeah.
It was always Helen and Harry, and I always got a kick out of it.
Did he name it after the cigarette?
I don't know where he got the name. I'm sorry. I do know he named the road after Bobby Head, his dad. He used to be a company called Head and Seaman.
Yeah.
He named the road out in Mecklen called Head Road, and I said, Harry, that wasn't a good idea. Who wants to live on Head Road? So they changed the name of the street.
Now, how are you related to Head and Seaman?
He was just a good friend of my dad.
Okay.
Or my grandfather's and my granduncle.
But wasn't Head and Seaman in the same building?
He was a grocery store person at one time, and that's how he was a good friend of Harry's and my grandfather.
Where was Head and Seaman though? Wasn't it on where your building is now?
No, it was Caldwell Banker's office.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
We were just very fortunate that we go along with Cliff Robidoux when we were bought in 1981. We had the East Side Company and we had the other 5 offices to complement us both together. We had a very big company, a very strong company on the other parts of town. We didn't have that. We only had the East Side. His East Side office had probably around 8 salespeople, so when we joined them, it was a powerhouse for Merrill Lynch.
Does this historical society, do they contact you when they want to know things about Glendale?
I don't know. They haven't said nothing, no. But I do know this. My grandmother, before she passed away, gave them all the information on Sherwood Whitefish Bay and all that to the Milwaukee Public Library Museum.
Okay.
And Harry gave all his old plot maps when we used to do all the subdivisions in leather. They were all given to the museum. Sure.
Well, you feel better now?
I got some of it out.
Oh, you're good.